Tao Tan is a fellow in oncology at Mayo Clinic, and welcome.
Thank you.
So, unfortunately, you're a fellow in oncology, but you're also battling cancer.
Yes, I am.
Share with us your story.
So I'm 29,
Yeah.
and a few months ago, to be exact, actually October 19th,
Really?
I was given a diagnosis of esophageal cancer. By the time it was diagnosed, it had already spread.
Quite badly?
Not really, to a node in my neck,
Okay.
and which is a reasonably common area that esophageal cancers like to spread to.
Did you initially, how did you know to get it checked out? Were you feeling a lump, or what happened?
It's interesting, a week before that I was just scratching my neck,
Yeah.
and then I felt this lump, and working in oncology, it didn't feel normal, and that's how I got in and saw someone. And maybe a month prior to that, I actually a little bit of heartburn and a little trouble swallowing. And being a physician, you kind of treat yourself kind of
Right,
thing. But
right.
but on hindsight, maybe I had symptoms a month before, but that was it really.
When they told you that you have cancer, what was your first thought?
It was interesting when I first saw this and having my symptoms. It was certainly already in my mind that could this be esophageal cancer? Could be something like that. Certainly there was shock.
Yeah.
Again, I'm 29. This is a disease that we don't normally see in 29-year-olds. But I think there was shock. But I think very quickly there was acceptance as well. And I think having worked in this area, I kind of knew a little bit more than the usual person, and so the fear of the unknown was a lot less, I think, and that helped.
Treatment. What is the treatment option for this type of cancer, and can you really get it taken care of?
So cancer that has not spread, so early cancer diagnosed early without spreading, those usually we can either take it out with surgery or radiation. In my case, when it has spread a little bit more, we opted to start with chemotherapy, just to make sure that there's what we call systemic coverage.
Sure.
And I just had a PET scan recently that actually showed good results, and so we're going to proceed with radiation after this. So.
What is we were talking earlier that the rate, that the cancer rate is actually going up in this country for this particular cancer in the esophagus and in the throat. Is that the correct way to kind of put it?
Yeah, it's in the esophagus, which is the kind of the tube leading from the mouth to the stomach.
But that rate is going up in this country.
For this particular type of esophageal cancers, adenocarcinomas of the esophagus, for whatever reason, and it's certainly an area under active research, even at the Mayo Clinic, as we start to see increasing rates of it. We're not entirely sure why, but.
I would first think, well, if you smoke, perhaps that might be a reason. But you said that it actually goes beyond smoking.
Yeah, I think.
At least research says.
Yeah, I think chronic heartburn is one thing. Maybe diet is another thing that people are certainly looking into it, and genetics and things like that. So.
Sometimes you eat late at night and you have a little bit of the acid reflux, and if you have that a lot, maybe this is something that you really need to look to change your diet, change your life, so that you don't have to deal with this.
Exactly, take medications and get it taken care of, or at least get seek medical attention early. So.
When you step back and look at this and think, okay, I'm a fellow in oncology at Mayo Clinic, and I'm dealing with cancer. What do you think about that? I mean, do you sometimes step back and how strange is this?
It is strange, and initially it was a little ironic, and as somebody who's training in it to then get something like that. But it's really been, I think, an interesting and eye-opening journey for me anyways.
I think that you will understand and have a compassion that is so authentic, because you've journeyed on this road, and so when you come out at the other end of the treatment, you will know when you say, I understand, those are very authentic words.
I think when we work with cancer patients, we get a little glimpse of the world of a cancer patient, but actually going through all this has given me a more personal, like you said, a more personal, deeper understanding of what a cancer patient really goes through.
Well, I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
Now back to the Eagles Cancer Telethon.